So you have clicked on this video because you want a clean house, but you don't want to spend a lot of time cleaning it, right? After all, the title of this video is The Lazy Person's Guide to Cleaning a House. So to be frank, this video isn't about someone who is so lazy that they don't want to do anything, right? If it was, I would have titled the video just The Lazy Person's Guide to Living in a House, and that would mean doing nothing, but then you wouldn't have a clean house. So, right? I mean, it's impossible to keep a home clean if you don't do anything. I mean, you sleep, you shower, you eat, you live in your house. There has to be some work involved in keeping it tidy.
I've got to get you lazy boys out of these chairs.
Hey, whoa.
Lazy. But keeping a clean house, meaning doing as little as you possibly can, but still having a clean home. Now, there's another word for this. We call it efficient, because to keep a tidy home, certain things have to be done, but there is the harder way that takes more time or work, or there is the easier that takes less time and less effort, but with the same results. Got it? Efficient, lazy, both meaning we get the work done the fastest and the easiest. And there are a few concepts that helps you do this in all aspects of your housework. And we're going to talk about that right now. But first, my name is Diana. Welcome to Clean Freak and Germaphobe. On this channel, we love to clean, organize, and disinfect. So if you're new here, make sure to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of our future videos. But first, let's get into how the lazy person keeps their home clean and tidy. Let's dive in. Number one, now is always better than later. Now, I know that sounds generic and it is nothing new, but it is in the realm of housekeeping. And I'm going to demonstrate this concept with a few examples here in the kitchen. So here is a popsicle melting on the floor. I see it and I have two choices. Clean it now or clean it later. But I'm busy, the kids are home from school, I gotta get dinner going, I'm binge watching TikTok. There are lots of reasons to get to it later. The mess isn't really going anywhere, but the mess will change. You see, right now it takes 3, maybe 5 seconds to clean this mess, and done. Now, let's say I decided that I can't clean this mess till tomorrow when I have more time or whatever, like this popsicle mess that I have left overnight just to demonstrate what leaving the mess means. Two things have happened. Number one, the mess is dripped and spread into an even bigger mess, and number two, it is dried on now. Now let's demonstrate how long this takes to clean. So 3 minutes versus 5 seconds. Now 3 minutes might not seem like a big deal, but if you are routinely leaving little messes on your counters or on the floors, a simple task like wiping down your counter might take a lot longer than it should. Let's demonstrate this another way. After dinner table mess. So the dishes are clear and you have to wipe the table down. Do you leave it for the morning or do it now? You're exhausted, it's time to get the kids ready for bed or off to their evening activities or your own personal activities. It's tempting just to leave the mess till later.
I can't.
But same concept. The gravy, the spilled juice, and the smashed carrots will wipe it up in a second right now. But tomorrow, you're gonna have to spray it, soak it, wipe multiple times to get this clean. And breakfast messes are even worse. Have you ever tried to wipe up Cheerios and milk that have dried on? It's like cement. Or worse, graham crackers and milk. If I had to build a house and had no access to concrete, I could simply soak graham crackers and milk and let it dry, and I have my own homemade mortar. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, I know it. So which way would the lazy person rather do it? The 3 to 5 minute spray, soak, and repeat way, or the 5 second wipe it away way? Which is more efficient? Obviously, the 5 second way. There's also a bonus to the 5 second way, the do it now way. You now get to look at a clean kitchen counter, a clean table for the rest of the day. Rather than the popsicle or the gravy, you get to enjoy the clean home. Number 2, the touch it once rule. So we talked about cleaning up after dinner, right? Wiping down the table, but let's back up to when I talk about clearing the table. There are a few options as to what happens to them before you need to eat off of them again, because you are going to need them again sometime soon, right? Cleaning it is inevitable. Probably tomorrow, because most of us can only go about 24 hours or so before we start running out of clean dishes. Maybe cups or spoons or whatever. So these dishes need to be cleaned. So there is the harder way, which may seem like the lazy way, but it's not. Remember, the lazy way is the efficient way, because lazy means we want to do less work, not more. So the harder way is to just move the dirty dishes to the sink, and you'll get to them later. But two things are gonna happen. Number one, you have a harder mess to clean because the food has dried on. Plus, and this is where we get to number two, you have to touch all the dishes twice. Once to take them from the table to the sink, and then again to move them from the sink to the dishwasher if you have one. It's even more relevant if you actually have to clean your dishes by hand. Would the lazy person rather clean the dried on food or the food that will literally wipe right off because it hasn't had time to dry on? So again, you touch it once. Take the dishes straight from the counter to the dishwasher, rinse it if you have to, but you only touch it once.
Will you stop eating?
And the same concept goes with cleaning around the house. If you are doing laundry, take the clothes out of the dryer. The towel is already in your hand. Do you take it and move it somewhere else and fold it later? Or do you touch it once, meaning you take it out of the dryer, fold it, and then put it away? Touching it once is less work. It's the lazy person's way. Number three, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. To demonstrate this concept, let's go to the bathroom and look at the shower. Now, the shower door is a common battle many of us have, dealing with the hard water buildup that accumulates on our shower door. Now, again, we have two choices. Well, really three. Choice one, never clean it. But this video is about being lazy and keeping a clean home. So that's not our option. Option two, once a week or so or more, getting the scrub brushes and the cleaner and going to work to clean the door. This does work to getting the door clean, but your door is only clean for like one day or until somebody else showers again. From that moment on, your shower door really isn't clean anymore. It's just a varying shade of not so clean. And the more days that go by, the more the hard water stains build up and the less clean it looks. So all of that work for really just one day of clean. Now this leads me to option three. A quick swipe of the squeegee after every use. And I'm here to tell you, this is the lazy person's way. First off, a quick squeegee only takes like 5 to 10 seconds of your time, and that's it. So no insane scrub down every week, just daily maintenance. And the best part is your door is clean every day, not just the day that you scrub it down. Number four, use the right tools to do the job. Now, I cannot tell you how important this one is to me. And this one actually means that you might have to spend a little bit of money. But if you were to, let's say, take a job and you plan on working that job for the next 30 years, and your employee told you, look, you can complete your work for the day in 4 hours, but you have to invest in certain tools to help you do it. Or you can save the money, but the job will take you 8 hours every day to complete. Which would you do? Now, the lazy person wouldn't want to work 8 hours a day. They would want to only work 4 hours a day, wouldn't you? When you become an adult and you own or rent a place of your own, you are also left with the same kind of choice. You have to mop, vacuum, you have to clean your home every day, every week for your entire life. And when you put it that way, investing in the right tools to make these jobs that you will literally do thousands and thousands of times over your lifetime, doesn't it make sense to have the right tools to do these jobs the fastest and the easiest way? And it also gets things the cleanest. So if you ask me, those are definitely the lazy person's tools. Invest in the right cleaning equipment. You are worth it. Your time is worth it. I promise you. And let me just give you a few examples of my favorite cleaning tools. First off, a vac mop. Now this is a relatively new thing. A vac mop vacuums and cleans at the exact same time. Now this isn't a sponsored post, but I'm just going to mention I have a Bissel Cordless Crosswave Max, and it will vacuum up and mop all of my kids' spilled messes so much faster than the traditional sweeping and then mopping way. I love it. I literally use it every single day, and it has made my life so much easier, and it has saved me so much time. Another example, a steam cleaner. There are lots of options out there. I personally have a McCulloch steam cleaner, but when it comes to cleaning up more difficult messes, the power of steam cleaning takes your level of clean to a whole new level. I will link to these in the video description down below. Make sure to check them out. But again, I encourage you, invest in the right tools to make your daily jobs easier. Don't show that. Number 5, the mental energy of the mess. Have you ever had a mess that you have left all week and you keep stepping over it day after day? And every time you step over it, you think to yourself, I've got to get to that. Throughout the week, you step over it a dozen times a day. And a dozen times a day, you tell yourself to clean it, and then you quickly decide, not now, I will get to it later. And that mini mental argument that you have with yourself 5, 7, 12 times a day, it is exhausting, especially if there's more than one mess that you keep having that argument about. It weighs on you, and for some people, it just causes a little bit more anxiety, a little bit more depression, and however it affects you, it's just eats at you a little bit every time that you have that mental battle. Now, if you think about the effort it takes to just quickly clean it up, sometimes it's as simple as bending over and grabbing it and putting it away. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but the mental energy that you expend just by doing it the first time versus the mental battle 12 times a day, maybe more, for weeks or longer, is way more stressful to deal with. Trust me, when you pick it up, when you see it the first time, not only is your home cleaner, but you're mentally cleaner and freer as well. So let's go back to those messes that we talked about in our example number 1 and 2. Which scenario gives you more stress, more frustration or anxiety? Looking at those dishes, knowing that you need to get to them, trying to work around them when you want to wash your hands or get a drink of water. Until the dishes are done, your stress is a little higher. Your frustration or your dissatisfaction with the cleanliness of your home is higher. Now, I already demonstrated how much easier and faster it is, more efficient or lazy, to addressing the dishes as soon as you are done with them. But now I just want you to know about the emotional and the mental work it burns through unless you don't address them right away, and to have to stare at that waiting mess. So be sure to check out some of our other videos. Now, if you are interested in learning more about a vac mop, like I talked about earlier in this video, I did a full review of my Bissel Crosswave Max. I'm going to put a link to that video right here. Click on that, and I will see you over there.